Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 16th, 2019. Before we get started though, just a quick disclaimer here. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. And in terms of events or news coming up, first of all, actually, before we go into that, there has been a lot of volatility in the market currently because of Brexit related stuff. So there have been comments coming out suggesting that EU and UK are close to reaching a deal. And as a result of that, we have seen a lot of bullishness in British pound. So today there were several comments in regards to that. So should we have a deal between EU and UK, that would be positive for British pound, and we can see British pound jump up. So we just need to be careful with the pound. So they were saying we could see a deal as soon as tomorrow, Wednesday. So keep that in mind. But if we start to hear comments that they're having trouble reaching an agreement, that would be negative for British pound. But right now, there's a lot of bullishness in pound because everybody is expecting a deal between EU and UK in regards to Brexit. So that's the overarching sentiment that's in the market at the moment. Other than that, we had we just had CPI numbers out of New Zealand. Coming up on Wednesday here, we have CPI numbers yearly, which is the inflation numbers out of UK here. Important numbers. Again, if we see a decline here, that will be negative for British pound. But I expect British pound to generally be driven overall by the Brexit sentiment as opposed to the data at this point. But CPI numbers are important, so we can see an impact on pound as a result of that. Now, we also have CPI numbers out of the Eurozone. Again, these will have an impact on Euro. So if the numbers are below expectations, those will be negative for the Euro and vice versa here. And then also CPI numbers for Canada here. And as we can see, if these numbers are below expectations, we are likely to see a drop in Canadian dollar, and especially with the oil Canadian dollar, if the oil is down and the numbers are below expectations, we're likely to see a drop in Canadian dollar as a result of that. Also, we have retail sales numbers out of the US. Again, important data that we need to pay attention to. US dollar hasn't been a favorite over the last little bit. So if the numbers are negative, it will basically create market expectation that Fed should start cutting rates further. So just to keep that in mind. We also have Bank of England, Governor Carney speaking. I'm not expecting much out of that. We do have FOMC members speaking. At this point, any kind of comments that suggest that Fed is ready to cut rates will be negative for the US dollar. And then we have employment numbers out of Australia later in the evening. So that's the news here. So a whole bunch of news coming out tomorrow, but the driving force still will be the Brexit negotiations currently going on. And if they reach an agreement, it will be positive for all the yen crosses. It will be positive for British pound as well as euro. All right, so let's go on to our charts here now. We'll start off with euro dollar as usual. So yesterday we were looking for euro to drop. We did get that drop into 1.10 mark, but then price could not really hold that level below. It tried to break through, couldn't hold it, and now we have seen a move higher. So this looks bullish at the moment, so we're likely to get a move higher as a result of that. And so bullish bias here, first target would be 1.1060, and then this is our important support and resistance area. If it doesn't go through, we're likely to see a drop. However, the level that the price is at currently as well, that's also our support and resistance area. It's not as important as this previous one though. So if price doesn't break, oops, if price does not break today's high here, then we could again see price drop because a price may just be trading in a range, waiting for Brexit. Basically, see how Brexit negotiations go. But this one's looking bullish, so I'm looking for price to go higher into 1.1060 and then 1.1080. And if we do get an agreement, this one could really take off and go even higher into 1.10 or even all the way into 1160 or higher. So we could see price shoot up. So just be careful. So bullish bias for euro dollar. And pound here, pound took off again on renewed optimism around around the Brexit deal. So we have seen this go up. Bias is bullish here, a lot of bullish sentiment right now for the pound. So bias is bullish. I would look for a pullback into 1.2720, and then we could get a further move to the upside here. So bias here for pound is bullish. Target is 1.2890. And then further, we're looking at 1.2950 as the next target. So bullish bias for pound dollar here. Aussie dollar, this one is looking bearish. Yesterday we were looking for a drop. We got that. Now looking for price to drop further. It is into support. So again, need to be careful, because if it doesn't hold below the support level, it could go back and start trading in this range that it has been trading in. But my bias is to the downside. So I'm looking for price to drop here. So first thing is we need to see a break and then a pullback, and looking for a drop here. First target is 0.6710. And then if it goes through, 0.6670. So bearish bias here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, this one did drop here, but it couldn't hold below the support. So this one could turn bullish. So we have to be careful here. It is neutral at the moment. So bias is neutral. Now, if the price breaks here to the downside, then I would look for a pullback and a continuation to the downside. However, if it tests the low here and doesn't go through, then we're likely to see this move to the upside towards 0.6350. So for now, bias is neutral. It will really depend on how price reacts at 0.6280. If it holds above, I'm looking for price to continue towards the range high here, 0.6350. If it drops below, I'm looking for it to go towards 0.6220 or 0.6200. So for now, bias is neutral for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, we have a bearish candle close here. So looking for price to drop. Yesterday, we had talked about how price was into support resistance here. So it couldn't go through, just pulled back and dropped. So now I'm looking for price to drop further. So the place it's into, it's testing right now seems okay for a back test. It could go a little bit higher into 1.3220 potentially, but overall bias is to the downside. And so for pullback, 1.3220, and then looking for a drop here. First target is the base of this pin, 1.3170, and then looking for it to continue further into 1.3140. But for now, bearish bias for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities now, starting off with silver here. Silver, we have a bearish candle close. Like I said, with the Brexit news being positive, all the risk assets or safe haven assets actually decline, and we see risk assets go up. So silver and gold being safe haven assets, we have seen them go down today. So bias here is bearish. Now we see that price is into support, and that could be problematic here. If price does not grow through support here, it could turn around and go higher. So just be careful. It could do one of these because this is important support that price hasn't been able to break over a period of time. So this is coming all the way from here. However, having said that, bias is bearish. I'm looking for a break, a pullback, and a continuation into the next level, which is 16.90. So 16.90 is the first target. And then we're looking at 16.60 as the second target. So bias is bearish for silver. Gold here, gold is looking bearish as well here. And next target here is 1458, actually. 1458 is the next target. Okay, so this one, gold is looking bearish here. And I'm looking for price to drop further. So bias is bearish. 1458, like I said, is our target here. Pull back into 1485-ish area and then looking for a drop. So bearish bias here for gold. And then looking at oil, this one is looking bearish as well here. We had a bearish candle close yesterday. We were looking for a drop, so we got that. Now, today's candle is also bearish, so I would look for a further drop. In terms of a pullback, we could get a pullback into 53.25 level, and then continuation from there here. So target is 51.80 is the first target, 50.80 is the second target. So bearish bias here for oil as well. Copper here, this is looking bearish. Our target here, first target will be the base of this candle here, 2.55, and then second target is 2.53. So bias is bearish here for copper as well. So it went into resistance and then turned around. So bearish bias for copper. Bitcoin here, this is looking bearish as well. We have a bearish candle close, so looking for it to come towards the bottom here of the range. As we can see, price has been trading in this range for some time now, since September. It went into the high of the range here, dropped, and now looking for a move towards the low of the range, which is 77.40. So bias is bearish for Bitcoin. Equity markets are looking quite strong here. All the risk assets doing quite well. With this one, bias is bullish. It went through, and now looking for a continuation here. I would look for a potential pullback into 29.80 and then a continuation higher towards the highs again. 3.20 is the target. So S&P 500 looking bullish. NASDAQ as well, looking bullish here. We see that price went through again. So we had a neutral close, but the following day, today, price has gone through. So looking very bullish here. I would look for a potential pullback into 7,900 and then looking for a continuation move higher. 8030 is the target. So that's bullish as well. DAX looking very bullish. We are right into our resistance here, and looking or zooming out here, the next target is 12,750, and beyond that we are looking at 12,850. So bias is bullish, especially with the possibility of a Brexit deal. This is likely to be bullish, even more bullish. So bullish bias here, 12,750 first target, 12,850 is the second target. FTSE here, FTSE hasn't really done a whole lot. We see that it's just going sideways at the moment. This is the range that it's been trading in. It looks bearish right now, so we could see a drop towards 71.40. I would be careful though, the Brexit deal can change things here. So for now, this is bearish, 71.40 is the target. Nikkei looking very, very bullish here. We are right into our resistance. Actually, it went right through that previous high here. Now we are into resistance. This is the support resistance level we are at, and it has broken through the previous level here. So looking extremely bullish. Next target is 22,750, and 22 or 23,000 will be the target after that. Just be mindful that we are into resistance. So if it doesn't go through, this one could come back down. For now, though, bias is bullish. All right, so that's all I have for now. Any questions before we wrap it up? Okay, so we'll call it a wrap. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.